Everybody, let's talk about making a soft door hanger. So this is the Fine Art canvas. I did do this one in 18 inches. This was the first one I put together. So let me describe it a little bit. First off, I had some quilt batting. It is in the center of this. I used Elmer's glue, glued it onto the back of the canvas, and then I used another piece of unprinted canvas for the back. In a perfect world, I would have put my bow hanger in the center because this is sandwiched. So now it's soft, and you could use quilt batting. Actually, this one has the blanket in it. I went to the thrift store, bought a blanket, washed it, cut it out, sandwiched it in the two pieces, and that's what we've got. So what happened to this piece? First off, I added a little bit of paint around the edges to give it that darker brown color. I recommend spraying these with a clear outdoor sealer. Anything you get like from Walmart, any place will work. I did not seal this one, and in a previous video it had blown off my door, so you're going to want to put maybe a few little washers in the bottom or use a command strip to hang them. And it had blown off. It laid in a puddle of water for a couple days, and in that video I brought it in. It was just soaking wet because I only hot glued around the edges, so there was water got into it. This is the same one. I laid it out overnight on a mat, and when I came back the next day, it is perfect. The colors are great on it. Didn't bother it in the least. So that one hot glued with Elmer's glue in the center. This one, I went and I used drop cloth from Menards. You can use any kind of material on the back. I was thinking even if you could get a tablecloth that has that lining in it, a tablecloth would work perfect because it is water resistant as well. But the drop cloth worked just fine. And this one does have quilt batting inside of it. So I used just any kind of spray adhesive will work. But you can use the Elmer's glue, works just as well. Because when I use this, it set really fast. And once you get it down, you can't get it back up to reposition it. And I'm going to show you that in these steps. But I sandwiched my ribbon. I'm not a ribbon person, so it doesn't color coordinate right, but I did bend it over, hot glued it. So for those of you who do bows and stuff, you'll do yours much prettier than mine. But I laid it down. I cut around it to measure my backing with my rotary cutter. So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to try in the next video a curtain. I went to the thrift store because if you can find some old drapes, right? You can see that it's got a polyester backing on it. That polyester is perfect for your background. In fact, I'm going to use the actual curtain itself with this as the inside of it, because I got two big curtains that are pretty darn big for $1 a panel. This is going to make my project even less expensive to make so that I can make a better profit. You can just as easily, if you want, go to Hobby Lobby, a material store, and buy an outdoor material. But I've been sublimating on outdoor material. The one I've been using is $29.95 a yard. So this is going to work perfectly, and you'll see an end picture of it. But that's what we're going to do. In the next video, we're going to start putting this together. Okay, I have my drapes, my curtains. I want to use this as the backing, and the polyester is not attached actually, so you could easily do without the polyester part. Instead, lay a piece of quilt batting here, kind of keep it about an inch away from the edge. Either spray it with an adhesive or use some Elmer's glue on it. I just use this board in order to make my circle. and then I'm going to cut it out. All right, I've used that spray to put down that center of the polyester so that it doesn't move on me. Now, my circle is not perfect, but that's okay. I'm going to take my canvas here and we're going to lay it out. It should be a perfect circle. Mine is not, but that's okay. So I do like using the adhesive spray because it's very quick. So I'm going to just line up my edges because I cut it around a little bit bigger than what I wanted so that I could come back and trim it up. But I'm going to lay one side over because this stuff dries very quickly. It's a 3M Super 77. I've not tried any others, but I'm sure they're about the same. They have fabric on them. You can get these on Amazon. I'm just going to lay that out, make sure I don't get any wrinkles. So this is like instant. You can see that that's as far up as that'll go. All right. Okay, it's perfect. He looks cute. Now I'm going to get this off of this paper before it will instantly stick. Now I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to clean up the edges, and then we're going to sew it. I have it all trimmed up. It looks so cute. All right, I just took a piece of wired ribbon, and mine is hot glued, but it would have been just as easy to put it under the sewing machine because we're going to go under there anyway. But I had forgot to leave space for this, so I pulled it apart a little bit. And then I'm just going to hold it down here. I'm going to put that on there just like that. And then put it underneath my sewing machine. And I'm going to run just a stitch right about a 1/4 inch all the way around. And that's going to be all there is to it. So let me sew that up. Here's the finished product. So this is the one that we just made. This is using the drapery fabric that I bought at the thrift store. It made a great backing, as you can see. And then now that it's finished, I want to seal it with any kind of an outdoor sealer. Now, the scarecrow that I showed you earlier, it's been out in the rain, nothing happened to it. But just to be careful with it, spray it when you're done. And this is the one that I sewed that stitch around the entire piece, making sure to get that ribbon in there. And that has the best look of everything that I've tried. This one with the Highland Cow, I had glued it first. Actually, I used the adhesive spray and then glued around the edges, but it kind of bunched up on me. So just using the stitch will make it so much better. Also on this one is the one that we use drop cloth, and you can get drop cloth at Menards or anywhere. And there is some quilted batting inside of there. You can also use canvas material, outdoor material. I'm thinking that you could use a vinyl tablecloth. Anything would work that is kind of water repellent. So otherwise, they work out really good and super quick and easy to make if you know how to use the sewing machine, which I didn't. But, and then this is one that we glued onto wood. All right, bye everybody.